بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So let's begin with our next lecture. In the last lecture we dealt with communication, different types of communication, communication process and distinction between the types of communications, for example verbal communication and written communication. Okay, so now today we will deal with language as a tool of communication. How we can use the language is actually the tool of communication. That means when we communicate with someone, that is the main thing. Language is the most important thing. Now some great people said about it in a different way. For example, here we have written O.W. Holmes said that language is the blood of the soul, in which thoughts run and out of which they grow. That means what? Here he wants to say that a soul, suppose we have a body, okay, the body, in our body the blood runs throughout the body. That means the most important part, the most important tool of our body is what? That is blood. Okay, so just like our body needs a blood, actually language is the blood of soul. Okay, and when it runs throughout the body, that means when it runs in the soul, it actually creates some thoughts. Okay, that means blood is just like thoughts which are running over throughout our body. In case of soul, in the soul thoughts is running as a blood and out of which they grow. That means language comes out of that. Clear this thing? So O.W. Holmes, according to O.W. Holmes, this is the same. That means language is actually it is just like the blood in which thought runs and out of which they grow. What? The language grows. According to Bala Subramaniam, language has a very important social purpose, okay, because it is mainly used for linguistic communication. That means when we use language as a linguistic communication, when we are communicating with someone verbally, then we have to take care of what we are speaking, because it is the most important social purpose. Okay, that's why we should take care of how we are speaking, to whom we are speaking. That is the main purpose. Okay, now let's see. These languages are actually divided into 3 parameters and 4 main grounds. What are those 3 parameters? Here you can see that those 3 parameters are linguistic parameters. That means linguistic competence should be there, organization competence should be there, and managerial competence should be there. Now what do you mean by linguistic competence? As I said, there should be some familiarity between the words that you are speaking. You should be clear about what you are speaking. So that is the main thing. Organization competence, that means when you speak, when you are in an organization, the way you speak changes. Okay, and same way in managerial competence, it means that whatever you are saying should be very much clear to you. It should be effective to your subordinates, and it should be in such a manner that your subordinates get inspired by that. Okay, it should not be like they demotivate them. Okay, so always speak in such a manner, something which motivate them to do the work for you. Okay, so that are the main 3 parameters of language. 4 grounds consists of encoding and decoding, concept crystallization, idea synthesizer, and vision weaver. Every word has its meaning. Now see how. Encoding and decoding, as I already told you what encoding and decoding means in case of language. Encoding means the words that you are speaking. Okay, when you speak something, the person who is listening to you, he captures that. Means his brain captures each and every word, decode that. That means what? When you are speaking, you are actually encoding your ideas, you are encoding that in a particular language, and the other person who is listening to it, that goes to his brain decodes what actually you want to say, and then he understands, okay, you mean to say this and this. So this is communication process, as I already told you, is the whole process of encoding and decoding only. So this is what encoding and decoding all about. Now comes to concept crystallization. Concept, we know that concept is actually the overall idea of everything, the whole paragraph. If we want to learn a lesson, then concept means what actually that particular lesson says, a brief introduction, the overall, you should be aware of what each and every part is saying in that is called concept. Crystallization definitely came from the word crystal, and crystal is the synonym of clear. That means sometimes when the things are clear to us, we always say it is just like crystal clear. So crystal normally used for clarity. Okay, so concept crystallization means your concepts, that means in case of language, what concept is there, that should be crystal clear to you. Otherwise language does not have any meaning. So that is the most important thing. Whatever you are saying, that concept, that means what you are saying in a brief idea, should be very 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 clear to you. Now comes to idea synthesizer. Idea, everyone knows idea means something which some thoughts which are going on in your mind, and synthesizer is actually came from the word synthesis. Synthesis means when you are adding something, so one after other, when you are adding your ideas, your thoughts, okay, then the whole language comes. That means language is what? Language is nothing but the thoughts that are coming in your mind. Okay, and synthesizer means when you collect those thoughts, you add them, you keep them in a proper way, then the whole language converts. It converts into a proper language, you can say. Fourth one is vision weaver. Vision, that means what we think about in future, what we want in future, that is called our vision. That means if we are thinking about something, okay, in future I want this and this thing, so that is called vision. And weaver, we all know weaver means weaving something, stitching or something. So your vision should be in a proper way, it should be in a just way, you can say, in a proper formatted way. Okay, there should not be any wear and tear in your vision, otherwise the language will again have no meaning. Okay, now comes to the characteristics of language. Characteristics of languages are divided into these 7 parts. I am just naming them in quick, like artificial, abstract, arbitrary, creative, restricted, repetitive, recursive. Okay, so let's come to artificial. Artificial language means what? Artificial language means language which do not have any you can say distinction in this, but actually that is man-made, that is made by man, and that understands by a man only. Okay, that is artificial language is actually human made, you can say. Human being makes that language and human being only understands that, otherwise you can say in grammar it does not have any sense. For example, very very simple example I am telling you. Nowadays what happens, people call each other, oh great, when you are talking to your friend you say, yes, this thing is very cool. In cool, actually what does it means? It means thanda. Okay, that means very cold or something. Cool means okay, but what cool means nowadays, when you are talking to someone and you use this word with your friends, that okay, this thing is very cool, that means this thing is very charming, maybe very eye soothing, okay, or this thing is giving you very much good impression. So that is actually what is called cool nowadays. So this is called artificial language. Okay, now next comes to abstract language. Abstract language is actually the short form of the languages, the language that is in a very 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 short way. Okay, that means if you are speaking to someone, you are just giving the details of you can say when there are too many details, then it gets complicated. Okay, so that is the main part of any language, abstract language. Next comes to arbitrary language. Arbitrary language means it is not actually directly related to this thing. That means something which you have given in just like you are giving an idea of an object or something that represents, but actually what abstract you can sorry, I'm talking about arbitrary. Arbitrary means you have just there is no direct relation, you are just giving it in simple way, just in hurry you have given some words or some idea, so that is called arbitrary language. Okay, next is creative. Definitely in case of language, creativeness is must. Your language should be very very clear, that should be very creative also. Creative means something new that you are making. Okay, so that is called creative language. Now next is R. There are 3 R's: restricted, repetitive and recursive. Okay, so what does restricted means? Restricted language says that some languages which are actually you have to restrict with that. That means when you translate the thoughts or the ideas, then those language should have some meaning. Okay, those process transmission you can say, it should be restricted in a particular manner, that you can say you should not use some very difficult words, otherwise the language becomes clumsy. So that should be very clear to others. It should not be in some tough words, or that you want to transmit your words and someone is unable to understand that. So your language should be restricted in some case. Okay, next comes repetitive. Repetitive language means when you are repeating the words and again. Okay, just like last time we used a phrase called redundant phrase. Avoid using redundant phrases. So you should not use redundant phrases. That is actually comes in repetitiveness only. Your language should not be in such a way that it is repetitive again and again. Okay, now the last is recursive. Have you ever heard about this word recursive? See, recursive, somewhere we can say that there are some words, if you keep on writing, in case of language, if you are writing something and you're just joining it with some one or the other parts and the other, that means your sentence becomes too lengthy that it is impossible for other to understand from where you started and where you want to end it. So that means your the sentences that you are writing, those sentences should be in a short form, in a clear way. Okay, you can say recursive means there is no limit to something, you are just correlating it one thing with the other thing, so that is called recursive language. So these are the main characteristics of any language, the main tools you can say. These are the main tools of the other languages. Besides that, I think we should do this in the next lecture. I will tell you about the next parts of this. Thank you very much. Bye bye, take care.